I implore that you subject yourself to weird, peculiar, strange, new, maybe even awkward situations, specifically involving other people, as then you are kind of forced to remain and persevere through this weird new situation that you find yourself in, and not just run back and dwell in your cave. But you have to gather yourself and keep your composure, as you, of course, want to maintain your face, your status, and not just break down mentally and cry or something in front of another person. That is why you want to do it in front of another person. Because then you put yourself in a high pressure environment where you can then see how you act. And the more you subject yourself to these high stakes, high pressure situations, then you will get more composed and cool about them. The more you repeat a specific task, the more comfortable and self-assured you get doing it. You get to know yourself and understand your capabilities and limits and your weaknesses and strengths. You want to get confident in circumstances that involves other people, where you can kind of play around and mess around and have fun with what you're doing. You should go maybe do a kind of misdemeanor, a thing that you really know that you shouldn't be doing, but that won't give huge punishments and negatives if you're caught. Like going into a college classroom and sitting and being part of the classroom even though you're not supposed to be there. Or trespass into an free open grass field that isn't yours but is someone else's. Although there isn't any people out here. You want to do something a bit weird that will make other people question you, and something that will make yourself fear and anxious about what will happen. Will you lose some status? Will you be ridiculed and mocked? Or will the police be called or something? I envision from these experiments that you can subject yourself to that you'll realize how harmless things that you think you shouldn't be doing, how harmless they are. That even though you shouldn't go into a college classroom even when you aren't a student, it won't harm you. You won't go to jail. You will probably just speak to some people, and if you're kind and accepting and nice and genuine, then you'll be just let off and have a weird experience. It might feel surreal at first, doing something which isn't part of the norm, part of the culture, something you aren't expected to do, and kind of breaks the social conventions and rules. Because you want to deviate from the norm and simply step a bit outside your comfort zone. Because your comfort zone is the culture. You are probably like everyone else. You are the average person with the average comfort zone. And you just have to step a bit outside that to find yourself in, I want to say, an extraordinary position where you are more self-assured in doing things that other people would frown at and question you about. All of this simply arises from an experience that I had yesterday where I was out on another open field and I was just walking around And I did fear that I would get caught. A totally unnecessary and unreasonable idea. Kind of schizophrenic when I think about it. Where I would get caught and something bad would happen simply by me walking at the side of a field. But then all of a sudden, some hunters spawn 50 meters in front of me. And then I could have just ran away and went back to where I came from and never have talked to them. But I decided to wave at them and then walk over to them and talk to them, be nice, asked if I was disturbing their hunting, but it was fine, and they were either way going home and finishing the hunt. But it felt so surreal, this experience, because it was weird and something I've never really tried before. And I did kinda stutter and mumble my words, as I didn't really know what to say. Because it was weird that I was outside doing that on a random field. But I realized how harmless it is if you're just nice to the other people and say that, okay, I made a mistake, I shouldn't be here. Sorry, I will go now, and I wish you a fantastic day. If you simply say that and are nice to them, nothing will happen. It will just be a new experience that you will remember and grow from. And if you fear, like me, that something bad will happen, like the hunters will shoot you in the foot or the police will be called, then you shouldn't really be afraid, because God, He designs all of your experiences to your level, to your current circumstances and what He thinks that you can handle. Because I wouldn't be able to handle being shot in the arm, or if a murderer popped out of the rape seats and I would have to run, I would be petrified and just turn to stone and shocked, not able to do anything, because it would be way outside my comfort zone, way outside what I would be able to handle. But this was a small step from the line which draws where my comfort zone ends. And I just stepped gently over that line, just a tiny bit. Because this is a tiny rebellion that you commit. You rebel against the social conventions and norms. And against yourself and how you feel. And what you think is right. And nothing will happen from it. Nothing bad. You'll just learn and have fun and have a new experience. So please don't trespass onto a nuclear facility or to a military grounds. Just do something lighthearted and kind and harmless. Short one. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Take it to your heart if you think it is reasonable and logical what I speak about. Or don't. Thank you for watching either way. God bless you. Goodbye.